Hi friends, it's Aries. So as you can probably tell by my setup, as well as the title and everything else, today we're going to be doing a card reading, a pick a card reading. Now I know this isn't for everyone. If it's not for you, that's okay. I'll see you next week. Thanks for stopping by. So you could probably tell by the title, but today we're gonna do a reading on whether people even actually like you. Lighthearted. All of my readings are lighthearted. But the cards say what the cards say, and what the cards are saying is that you're being a petty bitch, okay?
All of my readings are lighthearted.
So it's basically just gonna be maybe what is the first impression that you give. You know, what people think about you when they first meet you. If you've never done these before, they're real easy. What you do is you meditate on the cards, pick them by feel, not by look, if that makes sense. Pick the group that calls to you. And then I'm gonna put in the comments as well as in the description the timestamp for when I start reading each group, okay? Simple. That's what we're gonna do, okay? Let's get started with group number one. So group number one, it looks like we have Lord, the Devil, interesting, Four of Pentacles, and Temperance. Very big cards. Let's see. Okay, group number one. So let's start with people's first impressions of you. First of all, you seem to be a person that tends to, as far as friend groups or even in your job, you tend to assume the authoritative position. I don't mean that in a pretentious way or anything. You're a leader. You're a very ambitious person. Someone who's very strong, not in like an annoying, like possessing way, but you are, I guess, self-possessed. You're very reliable and ambitious. These are all great qualities, and it's something that kind of comes through even in your first impression, which is amazing. You give off the energy of a person that knows what they're about and knows who they are. Now, on the other side of that token, there are people that don't like you now, and there are also people that your energy is so strong that I want to say that, I guess it rubs them the wrong way, right? There's some people that just won't like you from the start, and that happens. That doesn't mean you have to change who you are. Because like I said, these are good traits. Anybody who doesn't like you from the start, it's probably somebody who wouldn't have done very much good in your life to begin with. So right now I'm not going to be talking about those people that just go off of that first impression, because those tend to be negative people in general. I'm talking more about the people that you may have hurt, that you cared about, okay? To those people, how they feel about you, right? Because this whole reading is about how other people see you. To the people that you have hurt, they see it, you tend to be stubborn, and in a lot of ways it's good because you get what you want, but sometimes that stubbornness, you can't let go of it, and it can be a bad thing. I don't think I have to tell you that. I think that's something you already know, something you may have already started working on. But yes, your good-natured ability to get what you want can come off as stubbornness. And like I said, I think that's something you already knew. Some people also see your ability to rise quickly to a leadership position. Like I said, whether it be work or friendship, they can see that as sort of like, I want to say like flouting, is that a word? Flaunting, that's it. Flaunting your talents, if that makes sense. So those are the negatives. On the other hand, the people that love you truly love you for all the good that you bring. Like I said, you are a self-possessed and ambitious person, and that tends to make you very stable in the best way. Everywhere you go, you tend to create this very secure, very comforting environment, right? And at its best, you encourage the best out of people. And like I said, you're very secure. At its worst, that stubbornness, like I said, it can run a little deeper than is good for yourself. Since you create such a stable, prosperous environment about yourself, sometimes you can hold on to things too tight, and that might push people away. But the people that love you fiercely, love you for all the good and all of the bad. But as I said before, these flaws, these negatives that I'm telling you, I don't think this comes as a new thing. I think you are working on yourself. And it's something that people around you are seeing. You are working on kind of seeing the bigger picture. And instead of holding on to these things that may not be serving you, just because they're comforting and, you know, they're stable, you're learning to let go and pursue new things that might be a little bit better, which is great. I see a lot of growth. I feel like even at the start of the year, you were a totally different person than you are now. I'm seeing a lot of self-reflection, which is always a wonderful thing. So group number 1, I encourage you to keep going on the path that you have been, and you got this. You're on to good, wonderful things. That's all I have for you, group number 1. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead, leave me a like, a comment, all of that. Let me know how wrong or how right I was. I love to see those comments. Anyway, like I said, thank you for watching. I hope you're happier than I am. Bye. Okay, group number 2. So for you guys, we have the Star Ancestor, Ace of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, and Ace of Cups. So, do you remember how I said this was going to be a lighthearted reading about people's first impressions of you and in general what people think about you? How this is all supposed to be for fun? Inevitably, every time I do one of these readings, there is at least one group that just says, you know, this fun idea you had? We're gonna make this into a real life situational kind of reading. And today, group number 2, you are at least the first of those readings that just said, fuck your fun idea. Okay, so that being said, this is a very specific reading that I am about to give. If this doesn't resonate to you, it's either because I suck, or maybe because you picked the cards that looked pretty instead of the cards that actually resonated with you. I don't mean to shift the blame, but you know, if that's the case, go back to the beginning, maybe meditate over the cards, pick a new group. Or leave a comment telling me how much I suck as a card reader. That's fine, either way. Anyway, so group number 2. First of all, we got the Star Ancestor. First impressions. This is very specific to the leg of your journey that you are in right now. What I mean by that is anybody that sees you or meets you during this point of time in your life can see that you are on a wonderful, wonderful journey of sort of realizing your place in the world, whether that be work, creatively, emotionally, romantically. You are on fire. You are being drawn towards this road, and if you follow it, I don't mean to be dramatic, but you will light up, and you will light up anybody that happens to be with you on this wonderful journey of yours. Okay, this is only supported by the other cards that I drew, both 2 aces and then the 8 of Wands. So let's start here. Ace of Pentacles. This is the card of strong foundations. When I say you are on a journey, you are just about to start it. And I feel like maybe a lot of your other pursuits have been kind of flighty, kind of spur of the moment. Maybe you're the sort of person that loves the beginning of journeys. This is different. This is different because it is rooted in stability. It may be a small, slow start, but keep going because it's leading to great things. essentially what this card is saying is that this is a seed to a stable foundation. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. What I'm trying to say is that whatever you are doing, keep doing it. Don't give up. It's going to lead to great things. 8 of Wands. This is why I get the sense that you are a person of great passion. You are fierce when you believe in something. You believe in it wholeheartedly and you pursued it. But you may have a history of burning too brightly, of burnout, of all of that. But use this energy that you have towards this goal that you are beginning, this journey, if you will. Use it to every advantage that you can, because like I said, this is a big one. This is a really good one. Trust me, you want to stick this one out. So use all of this passion, but be careful not to let yourself burn out. See it through. And then the last one, the Ace of Cups. Let me tell you something. Wherever you are in life, I am so happy for you. I am so happy for you. Whatever you're doing, the Ace of Cups fills every reading with love and joy and just all of these wonderful emotions. Whatever you're doing, I can see that you might be happier than you have ever been before. Good for you. This reading was supposed to be about what people think about you, what they see, and maybe what their first impression is of you. If they met you right now, all they see is light, okay? You are so happy, and everybody that knows you can see it. Everybody, from your enemies to your best friends to your loved ones, everybody can see how happy you are, and we are all rooting for you. We're all rooting for you. You may have come from a past not so long ago where things just weren't going your way. There may have been a lot of sadness, a lot of heartbreak, but right now things are looking good. Everything that happened in the past, you're starting to see that they happened for a reason, because you are on your way. Group number 2, all I have to say is that I am so happy for you. That's all I have for you, group number 2. Leave me a like, a comment, tell me if I was right, tell me if I was horribly wrong. Either way, I'd love to hear from you. And like I said, thank you for watching. I hope you're happier than I am. Bye. All right, group number 3. So for you guys, we have the Seer, 8 of Swords, Death, and Prince of Swords. Much like my last group, here is another reading that, even though I really wanted this to stay fun and lighthearted and, you know, ooh, do people even really like you? You know, fun. A little bit of real life is creeping up on this reading. I'll get into it in a second, but let's start with your first card, the Seer. Even so, people that know you, people that don't like you, people that love you, even people that are first meeting you, all see that you have this innate ability to see beyond the bullshit, if you will. You have this ability to see beyond what people are saying to you or what they're on the surface showing to you, and you're able to see their true intentions in a variety of ways. This is an ability that you have naturally had even since you were a kid. If you believe in any of this stuff, which if you're watching this video, I hope you are at least entertaining the idea, you may have some clairvoyant abilities. Maybe that's something you want to pursue. I don't know, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you that you might have some natural abilities in that sense, since like I said, you have a way of pinpointing the truth and kind of being able, you are able to see how your actions can sort of impact the world around you. I don't know if I'm making any sense. But yeah, you tend to understand that actions and words, they have a lot of weight. Okay, let's move on. So 8 of Swords. You remember how I said that some of the real world was creeping onto here? Something or someone in your life is keeping you bound. You feel trapped. This ability that you have to speak the truth, to see the truth, maybe for whatever reason you can't express it, you can't. Something is holding you back. I don't know if that's your career, maybe the person that you're in a relationship with, whatever living situation you are, whatever it is, something is holding you stagnant. And if we move on to the next card, Death, that means that it is time to let whatever is causing this, like I said, this feeling of being stuck, whatever is causing it, it's time to let it go. It's time to let it come to its natural end. It has served you as much as it can. You have served it as much as you can. You've given it your all. That's it. Time to cut ties. Let yourself become unbound. Okay? So that's the real world. Back to, what do people see about you? What do they think about you? Do they even like you? The answer is yes, they do like you. They love this innate ability you have about truth. But sometimes your truth and your wit can sting. You have to be careful about that. You are a person of high intellect. And it's not unknown that people of that level of intellect can be perceived as, I don't want to say ruthless. Listen, the truth is good, but sometimes it's okay to kind of sugarcoat it. Not to mention, at least in your past, you may have been a rebel without a cause. Maybe you didn't like authority. So you, like I said, rebelled. I feel like you might be leveling out. You might be in a point of rebirth, which is great. Keep your honesty. It's wonderful. Just maybe temper it with a little bit of compassion, a little bit of understanding. But don't misunderstand me. Whatever path you are of, like I said, rebirth, stay on it. It is important. Whatever was holding you back, you need to shed it. It's enough. But yeah, I mean, you're honest. And like I said, you have an ability to be able to, I guess, read people. You have an amazing ability to be able to read people. Just maybe, if someone doesn't want to be read, don't read them. Like, let them stay in ignorance, especially if, like, they're not bothering you. I don't know. That's what I am seeing for you, group number 3, and that's all I have for you. Let me know in the comments if I was right or if I was wrong. Either way, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're happier than I am. Bye. Alright, group number 4, for you guys, we have the Stargazer, the High Priestess, 5 of Wands, and the 7 of Wands. Listen, group number 4. I should probably start this off by saying you're amazing. A lot of people love you. And you're not gonna like me for this one. But the cards say what the cards say, and what the cards are saying is that you're being a petty bitch, okay? Stargazer, this card literally says set your sights higher. Wherever you are right now, you are aiming too low, and I don't think it means that you are not, I don't know how to put this, you're picking fights that are below you, if that makes sense. If we move on, it's the High Priestess. You are speaking on things that you don't necessarily understand. What people think about you right now, like I said, they think you're kind of a petty bitch. I'm just saying, okay? If we move on to the 5 of Wands, you are in a battle that may not be worth fighting, if that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like this reading might not go over well. Listen, I'm not saying you're a bad person. As a matter of fact, the Seven of Wands shows me that usually your fierceness comes off as protectiveness, as an unwillingness to accept any less than what you deserve in a good way, right? People generally love how ready you are to defend what you care about. But in this moment, what the cards are saying is that you are being a petty bitch, and maybe you should reevaluate what it is that you're mad about. Any friends that you are currently in some sort of battle of wills? Does that make sense? If you're engaged in a battle of will between a friend, maybe reevaluate your opinion. Be okay with being wrong. Like I said, I could be totally wrong. I'm just a beginner. If I'm super wrong, please roast me in the comments. I'm so sorry. I'm just a messenger. I'm telling you what I see, and what I see is that even though normally your valor and courage and how you stand up for others is a really wonderful thing, but in this situation, it is, well, it's petty. That's all I really have for you, group number 4. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead, let me know in the comments if I was right or if I wasn't. Either way, I'd love to hear from you. And like I said, thanks for watching. I hope you're happier than I am. Bye. Okay, so moving on to group number 4. For you guys, we have the Protection Guardian, Ace of Wands, Princess of Pentacles, and the 5 of Swords. Let's start off with the Protection Guardian. So she is telling you to drop your shields. You are a person who in the past someone may have tried to contain you, push you down, make you feel smaller than you really are. She is telling you that you need to let that go. You have gifts. You are, you know how I said they tried to make you smaller? You are a big person. I don't mean physically, I mean like you have a big energy about you. The people closest to you, the people that love you, they can see all of those gifts, all that you are, all of this all of this positivity. They can see it, even if you can't. And it's time that you listen to them. Stop being so negative to yourself. It's a little wild that when you look at yourself, you see all these like shameful and unworthy traits, if that makes any sense. Unvaluable, I think that's what I'm trying to think of. You don't see the value that you truly hold, but the people around you do. So maybe listen to them instead of the negative voice in there. So Ace of Wands. So like I said, even the people that first meet you, they see this spark of fire in you. You have so much energy. It's wild because you come off as such a positive person. And it feels like inside to yourself, you're not very positive. Like you're not very nice to yourself. But to others around you, you are light. Yeah, even the people that first meet you, they see this creativity, this, like I said, this light in you, this energy, right? And people tend to, so Princess of Pentacles, people tend to see you as a nurturer. You're someone who's always willing to help. You're kind. You are a strong foundation. To your closest friends, you are their rock, the shoulder they can cry on, if you will, someone they can truly lean on. If I had to guess, I would say you would be the mom of the group. You know what it feels like to truly hurt, to truly feel unloved and unwanted, and you, instead of becoming hard and negative and sharp, you became the opposite. You softened yourself. You never want somebody to feel the way that you felt once. like I said, instead of spreading misery, you took it upon yourself to spread positivity. And that is the best outcome. You are the best sort of person. And I'm not just saying that to flatter you. I'm saying it because it's what I see. You're someone who is in so much negativity, essentially forged in flames. And instead of showing the death and the destruction that can come with fire, you showed the regrowth. But there's something internal. It feels, like I said, like you are so mean to yourself. Or maybe you're so kind to others that you kind of allow them to step all over you. You're not a welcome mat, you're a person. You have to learn to stand up to yourself, even if it is standing up to yourself, if that makes any sense. So whether it's you or somebody else who's being cruel and just once again trying to crush you, to push you into something smaller than you are, you have to stand up to that. Because you have so much good in you that you don't deserve mean words or intentions or any of that. You're such a kind person. Why would you ever... I guess what I'm trying to say is you try so hard to spread the positivity. Spread it to yourself, okay? You cannot pour from an empty cup. I know it's a cheesy saying. Ooh. No, but really, you have to take care of yourself, okay? Maybe take some of that positivity that you give to everybody else, those kind words, and give it to yourself for once, okay? That's all I have for you guys, group number 5. Just know that everybody in your life sees you as a kind, giving person with so much potential. Maybe it's time to see yourself that way as well, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're happier than I am. Bye. Alright, this stupid ass video is over for real this time. Thank you if for whatever reason you made it all the way to this end screen. You didn't have to do all of that, but I appreciate you anyway. Once again, thanks for watching. Bye.